Welcome to our Grammar School online class. My name is Mrs. Amos, and I'm to take you civic education. In our last topic, we treated national value, and you were given an assignment that you write 10 people of integrity. 10 people of integrity. Yes, now you observe yourself, assess yourself on the topic you have learned in the previous lesson. You should be able to know if actually you have a strong moral character, and that means you are the number one on your assignment. Then we have the nationalists. We have the nationalists. In the likes of Chief Femi, Chief Obafemi Awolowo. We have Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. We have Alhaji Tafawa Balewa. And we also have the activists. The activists in the person of, some are Professor Wale Soyinka. We have some activists. Some of them are Professor Wale Soyinka. We also have Femi Falana, and as well as Gani Faweyi. Chief Gani Faweyi. Others includes Dora Akuili. Others include Dora Akuili. We also have Dr. Ngozi Okojo Iweala and Noro Rebali. We have this set of people around us in our society, in the state, and in the country at large. So today, we shall be focusing on courage. We shall be focusing on courage. We shall be focusing on courage. Courage. But before I move on, you as a student are expected after this lesson to define courage. 2 types of courage and 3 attributes of courageous person. Yes, in life, we all face challenges of life. We all face problems. We all face what we call tasks. And for you to come out of that challenge, that problem, is what we call courage. Let's take, for instance, a baby that is expected to crawl at the age of 5 months, to walk at the age of 9 months or 12 months, and that child does not crawl nor walk. Such a child is exercising fear. He or she is not exercising courage. So, In otherwise, we see some other children that are already crawling at the age of 5 months. They are already walking at the age of 9 months. That other child has actually exercised his courage. Can you see the two examples? One has encouraged himself earlier and the other does not. So that takes us to definition of courage. Definition of courage. What is courage? What is courage? So we can say courage is the ability to control fear when we are faced with danger. Pain, opposition, and challenges. Yes, when we are faced with opposition, pains, and challenges of life, that is what we call, and you exercise your boldness for you to come out of that danger. That is what we call courage. For instance, let's take a female child that is living with his uncle, even with his father, that is being molested by the uncle, by the neighbor. It takes courage in her to come out and expose such, irrespective of the threatening. So what every one of us in life have where we must encourage ourselves and exercise our courage. So that boldness in us, that spirit of do it yourself in us, will make us to be courageous. Then we have to go to types of courage. What did I say, students? Types of courage. Number one, we have types of courage. Number one, we have moral courage. What did I say? Moral courage. Echo that, everybody. Moral courage. Number two, we have spiritual courage. We have spiritual courage. Can I hear you echoing that as well? Then the third one, we have ethical courage. We have ethical courage. And the fourth one, we have physical courage. We have physical courage. We have physical courage. The fourth one, we have physical courage. Yes. Number one, we have moral courage. Moral courage. When we say moral, it is what that do with our inner mind. This is the ability to choose to do what is right, no matter the prayer. This is the ability to choose what is right, no matter the prayer. Moral courage. This is the ability to choose what is right, no matter the prayer. No matter the prayer. For instance, the example I gave you concerning the girl that are molested by either the father, the neighbor, the uncle. It takes courage in that girl to come out and tell people of the world to help her out of that danger because she could have found herself. So morally, she doesn't want anyone to disturb her. So quickly, we have spiritual courage. We have spiritual courage. This is the ability, this is the willingness to apply spiritual faith and beliefs at getting things done, irrespective of strong temptation in one's way. Quickly, let us take Job and the third one is, the second one is ethical, the spiritual courage. What did I say? Spiritual courage. This type of courage this is the willingness to apply spiritual faith and beliefs at getting things done, irrespective of the strong temptation in one's way. For instance, let's take Job. For an example, Job actually observed temptation of life. In one day, all what he has went down. And people were telling him, Job, curse God and die. I tell you, said you love God. If actually you love God, all these things shouldn't have happened to you. But Job encouraged himself and said, no, he won't curse God. The other example, the other one is ethical courage. What is ethical courage? Ethical courage deals with one's profession. What did I say? Ethical courage deals with one's profession. The moral rules and principle the moral principle that guides its operation, that guides its operations and function. The moral. Yes, we have ethical courage. Ethical courage deals with one's profession, morals, and principles that guide its operation and function. When we talk of ethical courage, every job in life has its ethic. Teacher, policeman, military officers, the health workers. We have an ethic that guides our professions. And for you to have sworn an oath of allegiance, you must make sure you regard your job in their lives. For instance, in this period of corona pandemic, all about, we say the medical doctor, the health workers, the nurses, say going to the hospital to save save life. They're still there, going up and doing, not even thinking of if they can get contacted. Even this period of days, most of them has contacted the virus. For the fact that they have contacted the virus, they will still go there, others will still go to the hospital and treat others. Why? Because they have sworn the oath of allegiance to the ethic of their job. So they must save life. Another example is the military officers. Look at them in the hand of terrorists. What is happening in this nation? You see them going to the forefront to save their citizens, to save their nation. Even though the Boko Haram and the bandits are killing them every time, you still see them standing in front of the war. Quickly, we shall go to physical courage. We shall go to physical courage. Physical courage, as I've told you, physical courage is the courage requires energy to get things done. It requires physical energy to get things done. When we talk of physical courage, we are talking about our energy, our skills, strength, and for us to leave that task. For instance, when there is fire outbreak in this environment we are, you will see every one of us running out through the window, jumping the fence and the lights. Why? Because we just want to secure our life. We just want to vacate the premises. Because if time is not taken and if you don't take care on time, you may be devoured. For instance, the athletes, Anthony Joshua, they're running of hurdle race and high jump. You need strength, you need your energy, you need your skill for you to conquer and for you to make waves. That take us to attributes of courageous person. Having learned types of courage, we have said moral courage, spiritual courage, ethical courage, and physical courage. So that takes us to attributes of courageous person. Attributes of courageous person. Shortly, I will run over. We have commitment attributes. Of courageous person. We have commitments. Commitments, dedication, boldness, outspokenness, and endurance, endurance. All these are the attributes of courageous person. As a courageous person, you must be determined. You must be committed. You must be bold. You must be outspoken. Let me quickly add one to you. We have dedication. Determination. How we look at it, we have many, but shortly we shall talk on these few ones. Determination. Look at Ben Carson as an example. During his secondary school days, his teacher told him he cannot move on because he was a dullard. He was a dullard, he doesn't know anything. So his teacher went to drop him to his mother. So it was the mother that took up courage to teach him. Look at him in United States of America today. He was one of the neurosurgeons that separated a conjoined twins on the head, and that made him to have fame home and abroad. So we have outspokenness. When we talk of late Chief Gani Fáyẹ̀mí, before his death, he always said the truth. Cares whosoever that care. He doesn't care whose us is God. He said, even though he's been in prison, he will still come out and repay the same thing. Then we have endurance. When we talk of endurance, you don't allow people to weigh you down, because people will tell you, is he the only one, especially you students? Is he the only one? Our principal will always reference to him, our teacher is always reference to her, this and that. If you let that to weigh you down, you will not go a limelight in life. So you don't allow those words to weigh you down. As a courageous person, you are also bold. Boldness in you will make you to face trials of life. The boldness in you will make you to exhibit your tasks. You make you to exhibit your strength, your energy when there's need. So my students, we have said so many, and I believe you are jotting down. So we have actually defined courage. We have discussed about types of courage. We have talked about attributes of courageous person. Today, before we end the lesson, I would like you to write down these assignments. That you should write 5 benefits. States 5 benefits of courage. When you are courageous, what are those things you will achieve? What are those things that will come your way as a student? So, if you have anything to say or you want to access us, kindly go to agseniorontlineclass@gmail.com and request for me to assignment at the same platform. I remain Mrs. Simmons. Goodbye.